Welcome, everyone. Is Stellar the new paradigm that we have all been waiting for? And is it the real Ethereum killer? Well, this video is about exploring if Stellar Lumens can surpass Ethereum. And hey, look, before we begin, I know that the whole, this blockchain is gonna be the Ethereum killer, has been said about, well, most blockchains at some point anyway, and I kind of disagree with the whole premises that Ethereum needs to be killed. Why all the hate, guys? Peace and love. But to see a competitor rising up to overtake Ethereum in terms of market cap, dApps, and partnerships, now that is an interesting question. And that's the one we're going to be addressing today. Recently, there has been a migration by crypto projects away from Ethereum, and Stellar Lumens has been one of the primary destinations. The newest Ethereum refugee is a project called Life. A much more famous example was Kin. And I find it very interesting what their cited reasons for jumping ship are. One of the biggest things is Stellar Lumens' better built-in capabilities. Things like being able to easily generate dividends, limit who can hold tokens, time-bound functions for transactions, and much more aside from that, as well as built-in token issuance capabilities, making it super easy to launch a token, and a DEX which gives immediate liquidity without needing to go out and seek a third-party exchange. Considering how hard and expensive it can be to actually get listed on a major exchange, unless of course you happen to know somebody who's an insider who can get you in, this is actually a really powerful feature of Stellar, and all of this does offer a significant advantage over Ethereum. But that is not to say that Ethereum does not have its strong advantages. Ethereum has the biggest developer community, and Ethereum also has the widest acceptance in terms of wallets, exchange pairings, services catering to Ethereum, and other blockchains trying to build bridges to Ethereum, and of course a much larger amount of dApps. In fact, Ethereum crushes Stellar in the dApp category. And of course, the ERC20 token standard is right now an industry staple when it comes to tokens. Now, what about speed and fees? Well, the current reality of Ethereum versus the promised reality of Ethereum in the future are two very different things. But let's look at Ethereum today versus Stellar Lumens. Transactions per second are drastically different. Jed McCaleb stated that Stellar can rather easily handle up to 4,000 transactions per second, with many more transactions possible as the network develops and depending on the hardware used. Currently, Ethereum is around 15 transactions per second, and while we have really spent a lot of time discussing all of the options for Ethereum to scale up, like ZK snarks for transaction batching and sharding and side chains and off-chain solutions, etc., 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 but that is not what we have today. We have had a lot of delayed timelines from the Ethereum team, so when all of this is going to actually happen for Ethereum is anyone's guess. In terms of fees, to send a transaction on the Stellar Lumens network costs 0.00001 XLM, aka virtually nothing. Well, Ethereum at this time is rather cheap to send at only a few cents on average right now. This can be a lot more during peak traffic times. Again, lower fees are promised in the future for Ethereum. An additional note about Stellar Lumens is Starlight, which is an implementation of bidirectional payment channels on Stellar. Payment channels will allow parties to transact privately, instantly, and securely while paying zero fees. I mean, the fees are low enough already, but holy cow. This is still in the early phases, but it will be powerful when it does take off. Ethereum does, of course, have very public figureheads, people like Vitalik and Joe Lubin out there regularly going to events and developer conventions representing Ethereum. And these are a real help in spreading the message about Ethereum. In contrast, the Stellar Lumens team largely seems to avoid the limelight. But some have also criticized the cult of personality around people like Vitalik and his sway over the network. The contrast of the low-key Stellar team is well noted in that regard. And what about the partners? Well, Stellar has some awesome ones without a doubt. IBM is the one most people talk about. IBM even says that Stellar is their go-to public blockchain. That is a real nod of approval. Stellar also recently received Sharia compliance certification actually, which will allow Stellar to access a huge market of more than 1 billion Muslims in countries like Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and of course over in parts of Southeast Asia like Indonesia, Brunei, and Malaysia. These places will now be able to integrate Stellar technology in their Sharia-compliant product and service offerings, as some of these regions are actually restricted due to Sharia banking laws that do not allow non-Sharia compliant assets. So Stellar's got that cornered. But again, of course, Ethereum kills it with adoption. The Consensus Design Studio is a major industry force. But what is really outstanding is the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, with members of the alliance including many of the world's top banks, accounting firms, universities, corporations, governments, ministries, and of course, blockchain companies. In terms of supply of the cryptocurrency, there is still a huge amount of XLM to enter the markets, like 85% of the total supply of all lumens. Now, this will happen slowly over time, but still, Ethereum, by contrast, is on a fixed emission code-based release curve. Ethereum in its current form has so many problems. Scalability and speed are major issues. So many promises. So many developers working on Plasma and Riot and interchain projects, all focused on Ethereum. But Stellar does today what Ethereum needed to do yesterday. And all the partners, dApps, developers in the world will end up being worthless if Ethereum does not deliver on its promises. That is not to say that Stellar is the only game in town, of course. EOS and Neo and many more are all biting at Ethereum's heels. In fact, Tron founder Justin Sun is even calling for projects to move from Ethereum to Tron, which is very easy to do with Tron's EVM integration. And this is all putting the pressure on Ethereum. And of course, as we all know, the blockchain world is exactly like Highlander. There can only be one blockchain, McLeod. Okay, but seriously, they will all have their place in the ecosystem. The trick for Ethereum is, will it still be highly relevant by the time it delivers on its promises? Because while Vitalik and company are all working on Ethereum, there are a host of other blockchains who are out there right now eating Ethereum's lunch. Stellar Lumens is one of the many, but is an incredibly promising and tricky competitor for Ethereum to have to deal with. But you will let me know what you think about Ethereum versus Stellar Lumens down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. If you'd like to stay up to date with what is happening in crypto, hit that bell down below. Long live the blockchain. You're awesome. And peace out till next time.